Today's dessert special, a lemon slice, tangy, straight from the bush, featuring our homegrown organic lemons.
Everyone is always connected.
If you don't happen to have a couple of years spare to grow a lemon, you can always go down to the shop, get yourself some organic lemons. These little beauties will do just the job for today.
Everyone is always
To make the base for today's slice, we're going to need some coconut oil, some baking powder and some plain flour, some ricotta cheese, some dark brown sugar and some lemon zest.
no matter where you are. Everyone is always connected.
First we're just going to sift all the product through.
Why?
This helps us to get all of the lumps out of the flour and the sugar.
Everyone is always connected.
It's going to enable us to mix the dough a little bit more easily. Also aerates it,
No matter where you are.
gives it a lighter feel when you're eating.
Is always connected. No matter where you are.
Just taking that coconut oil, going to heat it up in the microwave so that it's no longer solid. We can pour that straight in. In the meantime, we've got the lemon zest on the go. Smell it already.
Everyone is always connected. No matter where you are, everyone is always connected.
And there's two other ingredients that we need to add, and that is some almond meal, about a half a cup. We're just going to sift that through as well, and also one whole egg. I'm using extra large size eggs today.
No matter where you are, everyone is always connected.
And we're just going to bring that together with a hand beater on a low setting. Just turn up on high, gets the excess off the beaters, and it's good to go. You'll see it's still not fully mixed properly, so we're going to finish off the last bit with our hands. Then we're going to line a baking tray, and we're going to bake it on about 180 for 10 minutes. You can see it all coming together really nicely. The colour of the brown sugars just giving that pastry a really nice golden colour. It's going to have that caramel flavour, been baked. In combination with the tangy lemon zest, I think it's a real winner. Just might want to finish that out on the bench. A little bit more freedom to play around. Make sure that everything's mixed in nicely. I'm just lightly kneading that, adding nice light amount of pressure with speed, and you'll find that in time it'll actually start to become one uniform texture. Okay, so after we've done that, we've got to rest the dough. So we're just going to pop it into the fridge, wrapping it lightly with some cling film, and we'll let that dough rest for about half an hour. So now it's time to infuse the lemon juice with some thyme. I'm just going to bring that up to a gentle simmer and then let it sit there for about 25 minutes. So now the lemon juice is heated up, not too much though, not to get rid of that lovely tangy flavour. We're just going to remove some of the thyme. And transfer it to a bowl. Along with some sugar. Stir that through. We want to dissolve the sugar completely. Back in with the thyme. And we can let that infuse further. So I've got some ice water. We're throwing 7 sheets of gelatin in there. We just want to fully submerge them so that they soften, and the reason for the ice is it keeps the sheets from dissolving into the water so that we will retain as much of that gelatin as possible to put into the lemon mixture. So now it's time to incorporate our gelatin. Once again, remove off our thyme. Even if there are a couple of leaves still inside, that's fine, just as long as we remove the stems. We've got our gelatin sheets. Shake off the excess water. Pop it straight into the mix. Use a whisk. Just stir the gelatin in. So at this point, it would be advisable to put it through a fine sieve, as some parts of the gelatin may not quite dissolve. However, the option is there to just leave it as is to retain those lovely lemon pieces. So now it's time to roll out our pastry base. We've got the pastry, which has been resting for about half an hour in the fridge. Just going to unwrap that. Now it still should be quite sticky, so you might want to leave it on top of the plastic. You're also going to need 2 sheets of baking paper or greaseproof paper and a rolling pin. Cut an amount of the dough, put it between the 2 pieces of paper and just squish it down so it's a little bit flat, and from there you can start to roll it backwards and forwards, and we're trying to make a rectangular type shape, so you can just roll it in any which way you like to get it as close as possible to that shape. It doesn't matter if there's bits hanging out over the edge, because we'll just cut them off. And so as you can see, there's no issue with the pastry sticking to the bench, and because it's greaseproof paper, it's merely going to peel off and really easy to apply to our tray. We're looking for about a 3 to 5 mil thickness for the end result, because it will rise slightly. And we don't want too much crunch to overpower the nice lemon gel that's going to be on top. So let's try it out with our tray, see how it fits. So there's a little bit left to be done in a couple of the corners, so we're going to get that happening. And don't worry if you mess it up. You can actually go back and do it again. Let your dough rest once more. Okay, let's try that again. Goes in there really, really easy. We're just going to get that top layer of baking paper off. We're going to start to cut away the excess. I want to make sure to push all the way into the corners first. So as you can see, the pastry is really soft, so we don't want to bake that straight away because it's going to shrink. So we're going to pop that back into the fridge to set for a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll bake it.
No matter where you are, everyone is always connected. No matter where you are, everyone is always connected.
Just going to trim off the excess baking paper. And time to bake. Now it's time to put our lemon filling on top of the tart shell base. We're going to do this in the freezer. Let's go.